Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it appears that one of the legends of the gacha space is back at it again. We've got Mtashed, Michael Tash, ladies and gentlemen. It's been so long since I've seen one of his videos, and naturally, right, there's been a lot of drama that's been, that's been passed, and he's back on Endfield, and he's got a bit of a bombastic announcement to make, ladies and gentlemen. He lost 7 50-50s. This man somehow, only 5 days into release, lost 7 50-50s. Brother, if there's any person that I feel like he could relate to right now, it's like that old dictator in Venezuela. One day he woke up and everything was just gone. Because how the fuck else can you describe the devastation? How else can you describe the goddamn devastation when it comes to a situation like this? So without further ado, I'm excited to see his recollection of the trauma, because this is something that's very real and dear to many Endfield players. On this banner, where you have a 120 pull pity, right, that expires when the banner ends. No pity carryover. You only get the guarantee at 120, and you can lose an infinite number of 50-50s along the way. And it seems like there's one man who's lived to tell the tale.
Hey everyone, Mtashed here, and today I want to talk about the gacha system of Arknights Endfield.
He's so mad. He's like trying not to sound mad, but you know he's mad.
Because before the game launched, I think there was a lot of drama saying that it was good or bad or greedy or whatever.
Basically, the drama was you had people that were honest about how the system was going to fuck players, and then you had people like Mr. Pokey, who I've already called a nickname. And that nickname is very simple. It's called the hypergrifter. And what I mean by hypergrifter is I mean somebody that's just going to openly lie to their community, openly lie to their audience in an attempt to, obviously, right, either shill the game, pretend it's good, lie about things, and of course, secure that sponsorship. But I guess one of the big realizations for Mr. Pokey after all the work he's done is that, well, it didn't actually turn into a sponsorship and all he looks like is a fucking idiot. Because this is a public statement Pokey made regarding Enfield's gacha system. Pity carry forward itself actually changes nothing. Guys, the system that prevents you from losing hundreds of dollars when a new banner arrives changes nothing. That's the type of shit this guy was saying. It's just psychological. Pity carryover is just a psychological hook, guys. Yeah, I wonder what these are. You ready for this? Check this shit out. I've got like the coolest thing ever to show you. That right there in the bottom left corner of my screen, those are expiring pulls in the rebate store of this game. You only get 14 days to spend these, and they can only be spent on Surtur's banner, where the pity doesn't carry over, right? And those pulls and that pity will disappear. They do this for every new banner. And that's the main way to rebate pulls in this game, guys. It's through this. And so that's how the devs are putting psychological hooks into their shop. And pity carryover, unironically, fixes this issue. Because you would just buy these, build up pity with them, and then carry them over to the next banner. So pity carryover fixes the issue with this whole FOMO situation. But then Pokey's the same dude telling you, pity carry forward is the thing that does nothing. It's all just psychological when this is what the devs put in the game. Guys, this is the level of dishonesty, grifting, and outright lying content creators have participated in to shill for this game. And some creators, like Pokey, did it for free. He said this for free. You couldn't waterboard a statement like this out of me because of how incredibly wrong it is. But he did it for free.
And there's a lot of people defending it and attacking it. And I didn't say anything, but I just experienced it. And this is one of the worst feeling gacha systems I have ever experienced so far.
Remember, this is the guy that played Genshin. This is the guy that has played every mainstream gacha. The guy that played every mainstream... His thing is that he plays gachas and then quits them. He plays every mainstream gacha for like a month and quits them. That's his thing. And the guy that's played every single one is telling you this system is dog shit. But you want to know what I'll say about Mtashed? At least he's consistent. Because you want to know what Mtashed, what one of his prior takes was? Y'all remember this game? Stellasora has a better gacha system than Enfield. And I think there might have been a few CCs out there, right, that were shitting all over Stellasora and its system, and now they're not giving that same level of attention to Enfield, when Enfield's system is worse. So what I'm saying here is that I can take Mtashed's take pretty seriously here, because, well, at least he's consistent. What I mean to say about all this is that maybe Stellasora actually deserves our apology, or maybe Enfield deserves more criticism. One of those things is true.
The fact that you can lose multiple 50-50s, which I did on both the limited banner and on the weapon banner, it feels terrible. But not only that, working my way towards the 120 pity, I was super close to getting a different potential 6-star, but I got her. And so now I'm back up to 80 pity.
That's one of the things about this system that nobody recognizes. When you reach this 120 pity over here, your 80 pity will reset. When you reach the 120, it resets your 80. That is never clarified or announced anywhere, though. Just so some people still don't know that's how it works, because it's so unclear and the devs are that deceptive about making it clear.
Instead of getting another loss...
You guys didn't know that. That's what I'm saying. Most people find it as a surprise. So this is what I mean by this gacha system is one that gets worse with time. This gacha system ages like milk. It gets worse the more you engage with it.
On the banner and getting another 6-star, and then 5 pulls later, or 10, or whatever it was, getting her, and being honestly happy, I got cucked.
So think about it this way. The soft pity in this game starts at around 65 pulls. And you're kind of actually hoping that you go all the way to the pity, right? Get a 6-star, and then you'll be at 0, or you'll be at 80 attempts to a 6-star, 0 pity basically, but then only have like 10 left over here to guarantee. Do you see how that system works? You would prefer to actually lose the 50-50, not have this 80 reset, and then have like 10 attempts left to 120. Because then you effectively get 2 6-stars within those number of pulls. But because that 80 resets when you hit the 120, or you win the 50-50, winning the 50-50 resets the 120. And so you want to lose depending on where you are on here. If there's 10 attempts left to guarantee, you want to lose the 50-50. Because then you'll get a 6-star 10 pulls later. But if there are 10 pulls left until the guarantee and you win 50-50, well, guess what, guys? Yeah, you just lost a bunch of pity. So there's so much to lose in this system, it's so complex, and that's why people hate it so much.
Once again, I had the worst possible luck, and I want to show that in the video, but there are so many pain points here where you can lose the 50-50 and feel bad. You can lose the 50-50 again and feel bad.
And you can win the 50-50 and feel bad. Isn't that insane? There's a scenario where you feel bad no matter what happens. That's how amazing this system is. You feel bad no matter what happens.
You can lose the 50-50 4 times in a row to the same stupid weapon, and that feels bad. You can work your way all the way to 120 pity, and instead of getting that extra 6-star by losing the 50-50 again...
Yep, because of that dynamic we just talked about, guys, you can literally get an extra 6-star. And when you can lose, right? When you can lose pity to Gilberta or Yvonne, doesn't losing that extra 6-star feel giga bad? Doesn't winning the 50-50 at that threshold now feel giga bad when you can get one of these two from losing? I'm telling you, this gacha system was designed by scientists that are trying to make the system feel as bad as possible for players.
You finally hit the banner character at 119 pulls, and that feels bad.
Yep.
I think that this is one of the worst feeling systems, even if it isn't a quote-unquote greedy system. If mathematically it isn't as bad as some other game, I don't really care.
And that's the realization that a lot of these retarded hypergrifting CCs need to understand. Because mathematically, this system, if you run 700 million simulations, might give a certain result. That requires somebody to grind and play the game long enough to get all those pulls. And when the pull economy in this game is so dog shit that getting those pulls in the first place to even run those simulations isn't going to happen, what's the point?
Because in other...
And there are so many worst case scenarios in this game that just don't exist in other gachas. And that's the real issue that most people have. you feel punished in this game for things that in other gachas you celebrate. When you get in early on the character banner in this game, guys, you don't have enough pulls to get their weapon. Because the only way, and I'm just going to say it at this point, the only way to get weapon pulls in this game is to get them as a rebate for pulling on the character banner, or, and this is going to be the big one, guys, spending money. They'll tell you the weekly mode and the credit store are ways to get it. That's a fucking lie. They don't count. They're fake. They're not actually real. So if you win the early, you won't have enough Arsenal tickets to get the weapon. That is how these devs punish you for having good outcomes. And it's so constant in this game. There's so many avenues for it. Mtashed just talked about one where winning the 50-50 punishes you. Like, imagine a game that's designed in a way that winning the 50-50 can fuck you super hard.
Other games, I've never went 120 pulls to get a character and get screwed all the way along the way. And the feeling of my heart dropping when I get failure after failure after failure, back to back to back to back to back, weapon after weapon after weapon, character after character.
It just shows that the devs didn't actually consult players when designing their system. They consulted scientists. Scientists instead of players.
It almost crushed my want to play this game. And I've put in a lot of time. I've been trying to really enjoy it. Yeah, I copied some factories, but like that makes me enjoy the game more, is copying these factories. But I've explored this world. I've built factories in all the different areas. I've gone to them. I'm into the new region now, and
the game's good. It's a good game, ruined by greed and ruined by the monetization.
Exploring the new region. I've been leveling up my characters. He's at level 60. He's at level 60. I think I might even have the materials.
Bro's been grinding this game like fucking crazy. Like, he's been playing 10 plus hours a day.
No, and right there, boom, I can take him up now and ascend him and start getting more passives. I've invested in these characters. I've invested in weapons. I've invested in skills. I've put in a lot of time. I'm trying to really enjoy this game. And the gacha system has made me feel punished.
This is the accurate take. This is the non-paid, non-corporate. This is the take that most players have. And you want to know why I know most players have this take? Because the game has literally some of the lowest ratings I've ever seen. The game is genuinely getting torched everywhere when it comes to app stores. Like, this is one in fucking the US. You got 3.7s, 3.1s over in Japan. What else you got over here? Oh, good lord. What is this guy? Is this guy bitching about something? I don't even know, right? The main point is that this game, sorry, it's getting destroyed in social media. People on Billy hate it as well. They have a lot of critiques to make. You got big content creators also talking about what the issues actually are. These are just some thoughts, some takes from CN over here regarding the situation. And guys, that's the general take across the population. That's why when I'm able to make videos like this, talking about the concerns, there's a lot of fucking people watching them. This is a disgusting number of views for a negative-centered video. Do you know why? Because the concerns being reflected here are true, and it's echoing what the player base actually feels. And so, yes, this video over here by Mtashed, right? I think there's a reason why this one has an insane like ratio as well.
All the way along the way. I didn't do anything wrong. I think I've been overall lucky with the amount of 6 stars I've gotten, but because I've lost on the banner so many times, it feels bad. If I look at how many I've gotten, it's not necessarily the issue. And I've got, Ember, and I've got these 2 guys, and I ended up even getting last right, and I've got the new character. I've got lots of units to play with, and even before I got them, I was dominating with this physical team. This physical team is crazy. I'm making builds, I'm having a good time, I want to make guides and all these things, but man, I have to talk about the elephant in the room. This gacha system.
And this is what I'll say about Mtashed. Mtashed is being very generous in his portrayal of the game right now. And anyone that has made it this far or knows about the pull economy and stuff like that knows he's being very generous with the take here. He's not even talking about the fact that it takes an absurd amount of time to grind out those pulls. He's not talking about the fact that it takes an absurd amount of fucking effort to make it this far, this early in release. He didn't even talk about how much time he spent and how that's like a barrier. He's just saying the way the gacha's designed is what pisses him off. He's like completely skipping over other massive issues people have with the progression, is just focusing on the gacha. And that's what I mean. This video is like only scratching the fucking surface with what's wrong with the fucking monetization in this game. He's like, he's tip of the fucking iceberg. But that's just how much is fucked up.
It's buns. It is buns. I logged off last night so upset, so dejected, because I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not playing worse than other people. I'm not causing drama. I didn't do anything wrong.
What, you think Hypergrift knows if someone's causing drama and then, like, seeds the polls on their account to be dog shit? I could confirm that's not actually true because I got Yvonne on my second poll. So, like, Mtashed, it's fine. Say whatever you want, bro. They don't care. They can't fuck you. It's fine, bro. Just say whatever you want, man. It's all good. Yeah, it can be our Yvonne.
But some people get lucky and some people don't. And I think I just can't really accept that. I can't get used to that. It's such an interesting situation.
That's actually, unironically, why Hoya versus Gachas feel relatively okay. Because with the 50-50 and the guarantee and all of that, it kind of just ends up feeling like it levels out in the long run. In this game, it feels like you have way more extremes when it comes to being lucky and when it comes to being unlucky. Like, so many extremes. You could be lucky, but then not lucky because you got it too early and now you don't have Arsenal tickets. Or you got lucky and then super lucky because you went to 80 out of 80 on your pity, lost 50-50, then got the guaranteed unit 5 pulls later. But you can be unlucky by winning the 50-50. Like, do you kind of just see how there's so much room for a player to just get an unfavorable result? I don't care if the average result is better. You're giving me all these constant unfavorable results from things that should just be flat out good.
I like building the characters and doing all these teams, but gacha systems, they just make these games worse.
I got 3 embers. You go play Dark Souls 3 then.
And, you know, the other thing too is I think that I need to loop this in with it, is with a gacha system, that also pertains to leveling up the characters and leveling up the things. No one, I don't think, in the world wants to go and get these mushrooms to ascend. No one wants to, like, have to go back and grab some mushrooms to level up a character. It's boring.
I think that's fair too. I don't know why these... I kind of like... This just seems dumb because you can like grow these too. There are so many systems in this game that are functionally useless. And like exist primarily just to waste your time. You have the ability to like grow the mushrooms you find in this beginner zone. Why would you need to do that? Like, I don't know why anyone would ever need to do that. It's like, why is the feature even there? It's like, it's baiting players into literally wasting their time. I don't know what else the purpose is for it. Let me just show you, bro. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The loading to and from the ship is disgusting in this game. Going from the ship to the overworld and the overworld to the ship is like, the loading screen is actually unethical. I will say that. Yeah, you better hope you don't have to like go between these 2 areas. Brother, what's the point? You get 3 of... I'm sorry, this is the most useless shit ever. It's just the most useless shit ever. I don't even know why you would want to do this. It's so pointless. It's like stuff like that. It's just like, oh, you can like, bro. It's a lot of like extra fluff added on, which is like great for some people, but
it doesn't feel good. If I could just adventure and level up my characters, almost like a Final Fantasy game or something else, I think it would just be a better game. If I could just find an improved legendary or 5-star, 6-star weapon and it's just better and I don't have to go do another dungeon to level it up and I can... I don't know. I feel like these systems...
I think he's talking about why a gacha's bad. I think this is the main thing. Endfield, if it wasn't a gacha, would be an amazing game. But Endfield being monetized like a gacha takes away from it so much because it feels more of like a... This game feels more of like a... It gives me like sort of like Witcher 3 vibes almost. I know it sounds odd, but it gives me like single player adventure vibes. And that kind of like... When there's so much when nothing's time gated in this game other than sanity. I think sanity and the event rewards and the daily logins are like the only thing time gated in this game. It literally feels like it shouldn't be a gacha sometimes.
Or just time gating and in every way make the game worse. If the game could have been a 10 out of 10.
By Witcher 3, I mean the way you explore the world. Because, like, think about it. The way that you kind of go from, like, area to area does, like, remind me a bit of, like, Witcher. Where you, like, go on, like, quests and stuff, and you'll find, like, a couple of things along the way, blah, blah, blah. It's, like, the story-based open world where you're, like, it's very, like, it feels, like, a bit more condensed. It's got, like, instances and stuff like that. That's what I mean.
A masterpiece. An incredible game. I think that this...
Linear open world. Yes, that's a good way to put it. Witcher 3 is a linear open world.
Second you make it a gacha game, it's instantly a 7 out of 10. And then if there's any other things that you don't like in the game, like it's dropping to a 6.5, a 6, there's nothing you can do to convince me otherwise. Because there's so many systems in here that just makes the game a worse experience for everybody. I'm going to keep playing. I'm going to keep making some guides. I'm starting to do some really good damage, and I've got some tips for doing more damage. And I want to get that video out and maybe some other tips, but I feel deflated today. I feel deflated. I feel like part of me doesn't even want to log in today because I don't know. I just feel like I got screwed.
Think about if you're not Mtashed. You're not a content creator and you don't have a like additional financial incentive to cover this game and make content for it. You've already quit. I think the only reason why Mtashed is still here is because he sees a future making some videos, doing some stuff, blah, blah, blah. He didn't log in today. He's playing high guard right now. So this is enough for him to basically completely dispel the honeymoon of this game. Though, I'm going to be honest, this game feels like it didn't have a honeymoon. Because the way you get the pulls in this game feels like me getting pulls in Woo-Wah right now. I'm mint picking and exploring like old regions. Getting pulls in Endfield feels like getting pulls in the middle of a Genshin filler patch. Wait. Getting pulls in Endfield right now feels like getting pulls in Genshin during the end week of a filler patch, bro. That is so apt. That's the honeymoon of this game. The honeymoon of this game feels like the middle of a Genshin filler patch. Wow. That's why so many people hate it. That's why it's rated so bad.
Let me show you the video. Let me show you the footage. And then you can decide for yourself if I'm crazy. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. I'll see you soon.
All right, I'm excited for
we
this.
get 1,000 of these gems too.
Oh, he's got the Twitch VOD. Hey, let's check it out. I'm excited to see these pulls.
Just maybe. We have enough to get a 10 pull here. So we got 20 pulls right now. We're 93 attempts from the guarantee.
Wait, he pulled early.
Oh, baby. That's not too bad. 93 or 37?
Oh, okay, this guy's a lucky bitch, too. Bro, think about it this way. He got this lucky, but he's still also this mad afterwards.
I did 37 pulls? Or no. 27 pulls? It's 120 on the banner. Wait, I only did 27 pulls?
Stop fucking doing that! Just pull, bitch!
But I can lose a 50-50, apparently. So this is the moment that changes everything. But I can also lose the 50-50 to the next characters on the next banner.
This fucking guy, bro.
I get a different banner character.
No, actually, it's deserved. Fuck this dude. I'm glad he lost everyone. I'm just glad he lost everyone now. Nah, that was like 40. That was like a minute, bro. That was a fucking minute. I'm sorry. A minute is crazy. Like, a minute is... Bro, that's crazy.
Who's it gonna be? Yeah, I wanna know who's gonna be.
Nah, man. I hope the worst outcome happens now. I already know it did. I hope it gets worse than that. I'm gonna build a time machine to fuck up his pulls even more.
I'm still a bit green, but I'll work super hard.
That is the cringiest thing I could have got.
What does perfection really look like?
That is actually the cringiest thing.
I'd really appreciate.
Maybe he's good. I don't know. Oh, do you know what? Maybe it is okay. Maybe it is okay.
Hey, at least that one was shorter.
Oxy, 7 skirmish.
Come on now.
Ember, Knight of the Order of Steel Oath.
I lost another 50-50.
I shall obey your command until the crusade.
Back to back 50-50 losses.
That is crazy. Back to back 50-50 losses. That is going to push people away from the game for sure.
Yeah? Yeah, when you get that in Hoyoverse games, you just get the character.
People are quitting the game for sure.
This guy's at 6. This guy has 60 more pulls until 120.
Because that also could have been 2 other banner characters.
The next day.
All right, I have enough for a poll.
21 attempts.
This is soft pity. So we can either get the character here or lose another 50-50. If we lose another 50-50, we still...
You want to lose here. He has 20 left, right? He's got 20 left. You want to lose here so that you only have to pull 10 more and you get Leviathan too. You want to lose here.
This is soft pity. So we can either get the character here or lose another 50-50. If we lose another 50-50, we still have the 120 pity we can work towards. Optimally, I think I would like to lose a 50-50 here because we're so close.
Imagine a system that's so convoluted, so complicated, and so obtuse that you want to lose a 50-50. Imagine ever uttering the words that losing a 50-50 is optimal, and you're not a whale, right? Imagine being a free-to-play. You're a free-to-play player, and literally the best outcome is you losing a 50-50. That is the Arknights Endfield system, guys. It's designed in a way where it's optimal to lose a 50-50. Sometimes. Not all the time, but there's an edge case scenario here and there where it's more beneficial. But isn't the existence of that scenario enough to say this is one of the worst gacha systems in existence? If you disagree with that, you're a hypergrifter.
To getting the 120 full pulls on the banner, like I almost want to miss and get like Yvonne or some other character. So
yep.
I guess we're going to see what happens. Can we lose another 50-50? What is it, three? Three of them on one banner?
Yeah, do it. That's what you want, right? If you're gonna lose this many, you might as well lose all of them.
Already?
Nah, I got her. Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Which is fine.
It's not fine. It's not fine.
It is sword and flame.
Okay, so we ended up getting her. Cool. I'm almost...
Bro, you're watching someone like cope live. You're watching someone like just cope live. Imagine you won the 50-50 and this is your reaction. Guys, imagine you win the 50-50 and your reaction is that you're pissed. That is how this system works, guys. There's a scenario where you win the 50-50 and you're mad.
Sad now because... Oh my god, that is so cringe. I actually got punished for that. Because instead of getting some other unit and then going like a couple more pulls and getting her, my pity's reset. The guarantee's gone. Like it's actually punishment.
He's getting punished
Because I got unlucky for so long.
Why does he look so happy? He's incredulous right now. Sometimes when people are like literally shocked and angry, they can't help but smile because it's such a ridiculous situation. They can't believe it's real.
Oh, that feels terrible. That has got to be one of the worst feeling gacha systems I've ever experienced. I lost a 50-50 multiple times, get to the end, finally get her, and cuck myself out of another 6-star. Because that's the thing, is I had
I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little tilted watching
a different guaranteed
this
6-star
is so ass.
operator coming in just a couple of pulls. I was like,
So think about it this way, guys. Would you guys prefer a system that was maybe a little bit less efficient, but way more stable and guaranteed? Or do you want this system over here where it's way more fucking volatile? Retards keep trying to convince you it's like 2 cents cheaper, and like there's way more room to just get brutally fucked. Guys, this is literally, again, I'm just gonna say the same analogy that I did before. This is like hypergriff removing seatbelts from cars and then making the cars cheaper. It's cheaper to manufacture because we don't have seatbelts. Then you have CCs like Mr. Pokey telling you, no seatbelts are fine, bro. You don't need seatbelts, just drive better. This is what happens when you don't have seatbelts for your car. This is what happens when you don't have pity carryover in 2026.
20 way or something like that, 15 way. So I could have had that. And then the same thing.
Seatbelts are a psychological hook. Exactly. Guys, wait, let me get the code for Mr. Pokey. Let's make this real. Seatbelts itself change nothing. They're just psychological hooks to get you thinking that you don't need to learn how to drive well. When in reality, if you didn't have seatbelts, you would focus a lot more on attending to the road. Right, guys, if you didn't have a seatbelt, you would focus way more on the road and probably be a better driver, right? Right? If you didn't have a seatbelt, you would probably focus way more when you're driving and probably drive better. I actually bet that if that happened, the number of accidents across the globe would go down if nobody had seatbelts, right? Because nobody wants to die. And so everyone would focus way more. That's the take here. That is the take here, guys. And if you get in a crash, it's a skill issue. Just like how, if you mismanage this gacha, guys, CCs will tell you it's your fault.
Thing happens to the weapon system. I lose the pity.
One crash equals GG's. Guys, if you ever lose like 100 pity on a banner, you're quitting this game. Getting fucked by this system and losing 100 pulls of pity to the non-carryover, that's gonna be your IRL car crash. You're gonna uninstall the game after that.
So I could have had that. And then the same thing happens to the weapon system. I lose the pity multiple times. Wow. Oh, I didn't even get the one. I didn't get the one I need. Oh no. I got 2 of this one. Huh? I'm out of materials. I got another 2 5 stars in a 10 pull. Are you kidding me, dude?
I thought at the very least they were going to be different weapons, because there's like 8 weapons in the pool. But for some reason, he keeps getting the same 3. Like, he keeps getting the same weapon somehow. I think that's the part that, like, really is fucking with me. The fact that he got the same... Bro, like, I'm pretty sure... I just need to see how many weapons are actually in the pool. I need to see what weapons are in the pool of this banner. Wait, no, it shows them right here. Bro, bro, there's 7 weapons in the pool, and he got the same one 3 times.
Of all the weapons, I got 3 of the same gun.
You know what my favorite part is? The gun is like pointed right at his head. Because I'm pretty sure that's what he's feeling right now. Like, yo, that's what I'm feeling after that too, bro. Yo, just a fucking set. Just pack it up, bro. Bro, just pack it up. Holy shit. I see now why he's not playing the game. Bro, I'd be surprised if he's actually still gonna play it. If he quits, it's justified. I'm sorry, bro. If he quits, I can't even blame him. If anyone quit after this, I cannot blame them, bro.
Are you kidding me? This is impossible! That is impossible! Someone do the math on that! That's literally impossible. It can't... That can't be. That's like me getting all of Ganyu's bow.
Or like... Or like somebody getting... not Staff of Homa.
The next day.
Got 2 reds.
Bro literally inherited the curse. Bro literally inherited the curse.
You're kidding me! I got another gun. That's my 5th gun.
Bro, I think Hypergrift's trying to tell you something. Yo, at this point, I feel like I would say the devs are harassing me. Bro, at this point, Mtashed, I would sue Hypergrift and say that they're sending you, like, ideation. Like, they're trying to create, like, ideation. Why is it that they keep, like, literally... Bro, basically, his stream has just seen him with a gun pointing down on his head for the past, like, 50 polls. Do you realize this is the screen they've been seeing? The entire weapon banner. Like, the...
I've got 5 of...
This is the angle. Every poll.
These. I lost the pity. I lost the pity 5 times to the exact same gun. That feels so bad.
It feels impossible, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. This is fucking impressive.
And then we get the guaranteed weapon. We went to pity on the weapon.
Dude, I kind of just wanted that to be the gun, too. Bro, if I know that one was the guaranteed, but I wish that one was the gun as well.
Man, that feels terrible. And, like I lost it 5 times. I could've got the weapon. Will you save 40 for the next character? Not in my situation, because it could have been Yvonne.
Bro, he's not playing this game for the next character. Dude.
Which is the next character, or one of the next characters, or it could have been Gilberta, who's...
You know what the funniest thing is I think these weapon pulls happened before the character pulls, guys. Or maybe they did it. I'm not exactly sure. Who knows what the timeline was? All I know is that this is the case study. I said this video was going to come out. The swords pointed at him too. Yo, these guys are really trying to send a message. I think this video is indicative of what will happen to a lot of players. And I said that this video was going to come out. I said that there was going to be a CC. There was going to be somebody that just gives their tale about how this gacha system brutally fucked them because of how awfully predatorily it's designed. And I think that just every single... Good lord, that gameplay was ridiculous. But the points that he was bringing up at the start, right, are also very valid as well. This is one of the worst gacha systems that a player can experience in their life. I don't care how mathematically good it is. I don't care what the rates are. I care about what I feel like as a player engaging with it. And the takeaway is, with no pity carryover, so many different sources of FOMO, no guarantees on basically anything, so many traps, trap doors, losing 50-50 is good and winning 50-50 is bad. It's so convoluted and so complicated. There's so many trap doors, so much room to waste resources, so much room to brick your account, literally brick your account if you don't manage it properly. It doesn't belong in the modern era of games. It is literally the gacha dark ages. And the fact that there are so many CCs, right, who are basically telling you that removing the seatbelts from cars is the right thing to do because it'll lower manufacturing costs. There's a reason why the community for this game has so many problems on release. And it's ironic who the real problematic CCs are in this conversation. I actually think Mtashed is doing good for the community over here. Because this just tells the truth about how badly you can get ruined by developer greed. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out.